Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well, and today I am doing a bit of a different video. Now this video comes to me from gamesmodel3d.com. It was posted up recently and it's some possible ships and possible models data mined from the dev server. First up we have the VS8 Shell, Schnellboot Shell 1. Now, this is actually a transport ship. It was designed to transport Panzer Is, but it was also a mine layer. Originally, it could transport 2 to 3 Panzer I tanks, but it also could transport mines. With this ship coming into the game, I have to question, are we getting mine layers? Are we going to get mines in the game? Because I think it's a bit of a waste to have it in-game as a, with just depth charges. Also, corvettes are confirmed with this as well, if this is true, which it could well be. There are corvette ships in this bunch. There's a lot of small boats, like the sub-chasers here, but they're technically corvettes. So, pretty much confirmed, which is really quite neat. There are some very interesting looking boats. Quite a lot of very small craft. There's not many destroyers, and it's pretty much just German and American ships that are put into this this video. So there's not a huge amount of stuff new. And, you know, there's a lot of similar boats as well, like the Schnell boats, the S-38s and S-40s and things like that, things that we've already seen. But what does interest me is a little bit later in the video. We get a possible Tier 6 ship. The ship that we get, and I will point it out when we get there, is the Albatross class fast attack German corvette. Now, this ship was designed around 1966 and first put into production and orders were placed in the 1970s. The ship had a complement of 40 crew members, but most interestingly, the ship carried Exocet missiles. If this is true, if these data models, and they do look real, to me, in all honesty, from what I've seen, these data models do look real, then we are getting the Exocet, the Flying Fish, the French-built anti-ship missile, the missile that caused much damage during the Falklands War, sinking HMS Sheffield. They also struck a few merchant ships as well, you know. These things are very dangerous and will be something to watch out for. Now, the Exocet was used by pretty much everybody in the world. Like, everybody had Exocets. It was the go-to weapon. I think the only nation that didn't use them were Americans. I can't remember what the Americans actually used off the top of my head. I'll have to do a bit of a glancy thing at that, but basically every nation had Exocets, and these things were very vicious. They are very hard to take down as well. The HMS Invincible and Hermes as well, 2 aircraft carriers, were taken out in Falklands. You know, there's so many ships. I think there was an American frigate. I think it was the Stark in the first Iran-Iraq War. I think there was hit. Anyway, there are a lot of the Exocet is a very hard missile to take down, especially with the ships that we will be getting. There aren't many defences for it. So, the fact that that is there is really quite jaw-dropping for me. Now, I've been speaking over a lot of boats, I'm missing out on a lot of boats. There are a lot of just basic, look, these will be reserve ships. The Higgins PT6 will probably be like a reserve or tier 1 boat. You know, you've got the PT625 here with the rocket launchers on board. We've got ships that have 76mm guns. For instance, as I'm talking, the Albatross, which will be coming up shortly, had twin 76mm Melier, auto Melier guns on board, and these autocannons are pretty damn impressive. You know, they really are some of the best guns out there. They're very rapid. Italian naval guns, which are still used to this day, which have fantastic range, fantastic penetration, fantastic everything, basically. Yeah, it's really interesting, and I think this is the future of naval combat. We're not going to be seeing, by the looks of it, we're not going to be seeing cruisers. We're going to be seeing a lot more smaller boats and destroyers, but we are going to be seeing corvettes, so that is good news. So I think we'll be seeing frigates, corvettes, destroyers, that sort of area of ship, you know, which is going to be pretty cool, in all honesty. I'm looking forward to it. There are also some really cool looking, basically German anti-aircraft guns that will be coming up soon, which were built on the concrete platforms, concrete pontoons. Now here we have the Albatross, and as you can see at the back there, you've got the back section with the torpedoes, the Melier 76mm machine gun, and 4 Exocet, yes, 4 Exocet missile pods. Those strange looking boxes on the back are Exocets. The top is your radar guidance system. They are radar guided missiles, very long range. Yeah, missiles, like, that's going to be a game changer. You know, there will be missile ships, you know, obviously, because we've got missiles now in everything but air forces, you know, and it will be coming into air combat as well. One of the interesting things is with the PG-84 here is it has got a radar guided gun on board. The PD-59 here, I think it had a 40mm, twin 40mm cannons on board. You know, there's some really big guns on these things. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the naval update in the future, and I do really wonder what we are going to see. Yeah, so here we have the anti-aircraft platforms, and as you can see, quad 20mm auto cannons on board. So you've got 16 anti-aircraft guns on board this thing. This thing is going to rip apart any planes that get near it. It's going to be very slow. It's 2 concrete pontoons, but this thing will absolutely destroy everything. Then you also have the Flak 88 model, and this has your 4 88mm with 2, I think they're 40mm guns. You know, this thing is just going to be an absolute beast to face. You know, just the weapons on board this thing is just, well, yeah, it's a serious weapons platform. It's going to be interesting to see. And a ship that we do currently have in the game files, just the concrete barge itself. Concrete ships are really interesting. You know, they're cheap, they're easy to make, and they're pretty damn durable as well. You know, it's one of those things that people laugh at, but it's similar to the Pykrete option that was a possible option for an aircraft carrier. Landing craft support ship, again, I find it interesting that this might be added. Will we be getting landing craft? Is that why we had the hydrofoil at the start, the SV8 Shell 1 hydrofoil? Hydrofoils as well. Good God, I completely went past that. Will we be getting hydrofoils? Because those things are very fast, you know, and they're going to be very hard to hit. The Z30, the Karl Garster, one of the great German destroyers, we're going to be getting some interesting destroyers in there as well, and there are a few different destroyer models here at the end of the video. This is an early warship, 1936, the USS Benion, a very small destroyer. The Benion was a Fletcher class, Fletcher, so will we be getting possibly as a premium? You know, so are we going to get named ships as premium ships? It will be interesting to see if they go down that method. The Cowell as well is a Fletcher class destroyer. They are slightly different with some of their designs, so again, will we be just seeing some different versions of the same destroyers, you know, maybe in folders and files? It's going to be really interesting to see, and that's really the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I will catch you next time. Scree out. Bye bye.